I'm here trying to get comfortable. try to try to figure out how I'm going to do this. It is so difficult when you're not in your own space, where you have created a routine. God, Lord, and I'm cold. Anyway, here we are. Today is Monday. Today's Monday. Um, welcome back. Welcome back to Antonia's Blissful Corner, your quiet space for reflection, growth, and peace. I'm Antonia, and before we dive in, I would like to ask you to kindly grab my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. It is available at societyofintroverts.com, Amazon, and everywhere books are sold online. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing so that you do not miss my reflections. So were those who joined me last night um, is aware that I was traveling, and I did, and I'm here, and I'm cold. um, and like I said a couple episodes ago, life every day we wake up and we create content, and I'm grateful that I'm becoming more comfortable speaking about my experiences. Hi, blessings. Yes, you did. So glad you caught me again. Yay! So tonight, blessing, we're talking about patience. Patience is that thing that will test your whole personality. And last night, the airport put me through a spiritual exam that I did not prepare for. I did not. No textbooks, no study group, just me and the universe. Um, Before I left home, like I did check in when I was home, and I noticed that the flight was already delayed like 25 minutes. Not a big deal, right? Considering that everything that's going on with flight cancellations and whatever have you. Um, I'm in the UK. I'm in London. Blessings. I came to visit my family, and so the flight was delayed before I left home. It was delayed 25 minutes. So fine, right? Get to the airport, and I got there crazy early. Something that is not me. Like I live close to JFK, so I usually leave home with like just minutes to spare. Like I'm not one of those. Oh, I'm gonna go early because it's suggested. I don't do that, and it doesn't help that I have global entry. So I act like I'm VIP. But yesterday I said, you know what? This is one flight that I do not want to miss. So I decided to leave home early, and I got there early. Walking through with global entry was a breeze. Um, so I got to the gate early, and when I got there, I got a nice prime seat by the gate. I felt like I would be at VIP, right? So getting to the airport that early, something that I've never done before. Like I'm usually packing until like maybe an hour before I leave home, whatever have you. But I did, right? I was actually unfamiliar with who I am. Hey, Kitana. um, And I was wondering to myself, who is this person? But I realized that as we continue to grow and evolve, it's not just in one area, it's in every aspect, right? And then the luggage thing. I am not one to pack light. What is that? All right. But I had to learn this time around to really and truly pack light. I'm only here for a few days, and I did not want to go through the whole hassle of paying $100 for a suitcase for what? So I had to learn how to pack light. And then the other thing too, because I'm coming for a few days, I didn't want to run the risk, because the luck that I have is I would end up in England and my stuff would end up in New England. And I'm like, I didn't want to go through that. So I had my carry on and my next my backpack. My backpack consisted of my laptop, my phone, snacks, tech stuff, and copies of Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had. And I felt good. Like I felt very proud of myself to have packed light for this trip. Anyway, um I'm sitting at the gates, and people arrived, and it got so, because of course it was a almost a full flight actually. And I'm one of those when I'm traveling. I'm a patient person for the most part, especially when I'm traveling because I always expect for anything to happen, right? So um things happened, right? So the 25-minute delay turned into 2 hours 45 minutes because we left crazy late. But what I don't understand is like when the flights leave late, they always say, "Oh, we'll make it up in the air." Why make it up? Like just make that the time that we're supposed to get there. Like what do we do? Like go on cruise control all the other times? Anyway, it doesn't matter. All I know is that before long, the area that I was in, it got so crowded, and the longer the delay, the more people came, and then I just saw people like sitting on the ground one after the next, and I was like, "What in the heck?" And can I tell you? And then the thing is too, like people after a while, I'm not sure like why they decide to get loud. People on their phone acting like they're doing a TED talk. This one over here listening to YouTube or something, and it's loud and it's like and people talking to each other, forgetting to use their inside voice. It was annoying, but you know what? I sat there and I was like, I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up. Um, After a while, I had my bladder was like, "Girl, can you help me out?" And I was like, and I looked around and I was like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna suffer in silence because I am not losing my seat." Because I had no way of knowing like how long this the flight was going to be delayed. And then they gave us like these lame excuses, right? They were like, "Oh, we're waiting for catering." Catering? It takes that long? And then at one point they said catering was there, and then afterwards they said, "Okay, catering just got here." Make up your mind. Again, I'd rather know that I'm on a safe flight than for the thing to leave hurriedly and something happened. So I was good. I was good. I was just hoping and praying that the flight would actually take off. That was it. Um, so Blessing said, last time I was in Europe, I stayed for a month and went to different countries. My aunt's place in Geneva was our home. Oh, that's nice. So I have family in the UK, both in London and Birmingham. And I've been coming here for so long that coming now for me is like a visit. I don't do the whole touristy thing unless I'm coming with someone who hasn't been before. And it's winter time. It's cold. The cold over here is different from the cold in New York because this one is damp. So I feel like it penetrates down to my bones. So I'm like, mm-mm. But anyway, I chose not to get up to use the bathroom. I decided to basically be a true introvert soldier and basically just sit in it because patience isn't about waiting, it's about how you wait. And I decided to just wait and suffer in silence. Anyway, patience is also choosing grace over frustration. It's choosing peace over reaction. It's recognizing that you cannot control delays, noise, or other people's behavior. So I had my headset and I kept my headset on, and I basically like just chose to tune people out because I feel as if as I grow older, I'm learning how to just turn off the noise. So there could be chaos, and I just sit there like it's not happening. Like the ceiling could be falling down. I'm like, ah. Weird. But that's the thing though, you can control your response. And let's go a little bit deeper because patience with yourself is the real test. A lot of us have lived our entire lives rushing to be okay, rushing to heal, rushing to catch up, rushing to not feel behind. But let me say this clearly, there is no behind. You're living your timeline, not anyone else's. Sometimes we're disappointed in ourselves, not for responding better, but being calmer, not being further along in life. But why? Right? Patience with self means allowing room to be human because that is what you are, right? Some of us has been strong so far, for so long, we don't even know how to give ourselves grace because we always everything has to always be a certain way at a certain time. It has to be everything, right? And sometimes it's okay to basically have it looking dilapidated. It's okay for the color to be off, right? It's okay to just not even do it. It's okay to miss a deadline, right? As long as it's not something that will cost you money. The point is, though, being gentle with yourself isn't weakness, it is wisdom. We rush because we fear that slowing down means we'll lose something or mess something up. But slowing down is how you hear yourself. Patience is how you grow into the version of yourself that you have not yet met. And healing never works on our schedule. It moves at the speed of honesty, not hurry. And a lot of us were raised to hurry up and be okay. Hurry up and stop crying. Hurry up and move on. Gosh, I'm sure that you can relate though. Patience with self means giving yourself what you didn't receive growing up, time. I mean, how many times you wish that you had more hours in your day to get these things done? Why? They're only 24 hours, of which we're supposed to get 8 hours. I don't know what that looks like. Um, so Blessing said, LOL, I know the cold in Iran went to my core no matter how many layers. That's exactly what I'm saying. Hey Veronica. And that's the thing, like when I travel, the one of the first things I always pack in my suitcase is my sneakers and my gear to run or walk. And I got here and I was like, oh wow, I brought my sneakers, socks, and I brought bottoms, but I didn't bring any tops. But I'm still gonna try to get out tomorrow. But I'm already like just cringing because I'm like, it's just so darn cold. Anyway, we need to sometimes consider though that God delays our flight because we're not ready for the destination yet, right? Or because the destination isn't ready for you. The delay is not denial, it is preparation. Life is all about patience, patience with others and patience with yourself. Consider driving somewhere and people are in a hurry. They're tooting their horns and they want to basically zoom by you. And then next you know, you get to the stoplight and you're looking at them like, hi, right? Because they're in such a rush. It's like, slow down, be patient. And sometimes God changes that light, sometimes to save their life, because we are indeed always in a hurry. And now that I'm paying attention to myself and my movement, I realize that there have been times when I was in a hurry for no reason at all, right? Because if you leave home a little bit earlier, you won't have to rush. It's crazy. Um, Patience is the bridge between you and who you're becoming. It's so important to just be patient with the version of you that exists today, because that person is learning from whatever you're going to do today or whatever you did yesterday, so that you can make better decisions today, right? And when that next version of you finally shows up, you'll see that the wait was absolutely worth it. And the holidays coming up, let me just say this: there's no better gift to give someone than understanding. That's why you should get my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. Because Lord knows, introverts are so misunderstood. They make great stocking stuffers. Can I speak? I'm so happy to hear that, Kitana. So Kitana put in the chat that she's practicing patience nowadays. Take a step back. Yes, it is so important, because now that I'm learning to be more patient and to be more intentional about the steps that I take, I'm enjoying life better, right? Because I'm choosing to stop to smell the roses. And I will let you know, Kitana and Blessings, Veronica already know that during the summertime on the 4th of July, I was walking in the park and I witnessed a turtle laying eggs. I mean, that is not something that I would have seen if I was basically zoom, zoom, zoom. Because before this year, when I used to go for my run or my walk, I would always be in a rush, like just hurry up and get it done so you can get home. But this year, I was more intentional. I was more intentional about um, walking, like at a space where, at a speed where I can see things and basically take it in. I like to go to the park and stop and say good morning to the turtles and to the geese and whatever have you. And that's all a part of patience. Allow yourself to just be patient with nature, like just enjoy it, like God made it for us to enjoy, right? um Anyway, as far as my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts, is concerned, it makes the perfect gift, right? The holidays are coming. Give it to a quiet person you love, give it to an extrovert who needs to understand you, give it to yourself. It's a gift that speaks directly to your soul. um yeah. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, was patience. The world needs it. And you know what's crazy? So aside from the fact that we were delayed, when the flight was, when we were all on the aircraft, the pilot made an announcement, and he mentioned that the aircraft that we were on isn't the one that was scheduled for us. But he said if we waited for the one that was supposed to come, then the delay would have been much longer, because then they'll have to come, deboard, clean it, get catering, XYZ. So he said, there are some seats that may not be exactly what it should be. The seat numbers are the same, but I guess where it's supposed to be. And he went on to say something along the lines of, so please do not give the air hostesses a hard time. And he mentioned something about those in first class, and the people who um, pay more money to get better seats. And based on what he said, I got the impression that there were people who were probably just annoyed because, right? And I get it, because if you have a plan where the plan is gonna make cause you to leave at such and such time, whatever have you, and it gets thrown off, then you're gonna have certain feelings, right? But I think sometimes people take it out on the wrong person. If there's a delay, there isn't anyone to blame, right? And again, I would prefer to arrive safely than to get for them to hurry up and leave for whatever reason. I'm happy that the flight wasn't canceled, because with all what was going on, because I think they're now getting back on track with um traveling. I'm happy that the flight wasn't canceled, right? And they did make it up in the air. So, I think we landed 1 hour later than what we were supposed to. However, that's considering that we left 2 hours and 45 minutes later than we were supposed to. So I'm grateful. Anyway, that is my rant for tonight. Patience. Please practice patience. When you leave home, make sure that's the first thing that you pack is your patience, because nowadays you need it. Also, be patient with yourself first. That's one of the boundaries that we should be um, creating for ourselves, is, like learning how to be patient with ourselves so that others will be patient with us also. If this reflection resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could use a moment of peace. I'm grateful that you are following me on this journey. This is day 48 of me going live on YouTube. 48 days straight. Talk about patience. In the beginning, I was concerned. In the beginning, I was like, I'm only going to do 25 days. And here we are, 48 days. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm grateful that you take the time out of your day to either join me on live or to look at my videos. It helps, like it's helping me to grow and understand me more. And I'm hoping that my messages resonate with you, because I think that we're all in this thing together, especially the quiet people. Um, and it's life, right? Where we can learn from each other. So thank you for being here, right? Again, this is a season for sharing, and sharing is caring. So if you care, please get my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. It is available at societyofintroverts.com. That is societyofintroverts.com. Amazon and everywhere books are sold online. Please remember that peace isn't a place, it is a choice. I am thankful to my soul friends who are in the chat. We have Blessings, we have Kitana, we have Drew, we have Veronica. I'm very grateful that you joined me today on this live. And yeah, please stay blissful, and I will see you the next time. Please have a great night.